Greetings, seekers after enlightenment. Yes, it is the Irish fella. And as promised, here is the first exercise video that I'm going to share with you. I call this the Basic 5. These are 5 stretching exercises I do every day before I get going with my day. Now, the first one is called a side bend. Now, if you'll notice my arms, you can see that I rotated my hands so the palms were up. If you keep them rotated, it helps you keep your arms straight while you're bending over. And as you can see, yes, you can bend all the way over at the waist. Now I'm going to shift a little and show you from the side. Sorry, the ground's really uneven here. Now I'll show you from the side. See, there's the arm rotation. And when I bend over, I try to stay as straight as possible. As you can see, I'm leaning forward just a little there. But once you get into practice, you can bend over and pretty much get your whole body to bend at the waist. Next is what I call a hip seat. Now I'm using that chair for balance, and I'm putting my ankle right above my knee. Now, you just keep your balance and slowly move towards a seated position. Now, you're in control of this. You can add as much or as little pressure as you want. Now, I'm just hanging out here leaning on the chair so you can see me clearly. But there's nothing wrong with leaning against the wall or another person. And notice, when I do this, I'm trying to keep my back as straight as possible. And you notice, yeah, if you get low enough, your heel will come off the ground. There's nothing wrong with that. Next is one which, of course, hip circles. Now, my hip has a tendency to sublux, which is a fancy word for dislocate. And if you've ever had a dislocated shoulder, you know how painful that can be. Well, besides movements in other directions, you have to add this rotation so you can get a good stretch right at that hip area. Now, also, this looks a little funny now, but if you're in shape, you can put your hands over your head to give yourself a little more leverage. And you can actually do this pretty fast once you're used to it and you know you're not going to lose your balance. So it looks silly, but it is effective. Alrighty now, this one is one I call a torso flex. It's been a while since I've done this one, so that's why I look a little bit unstable. But basically, yes, you're gently bending your knees and arching your back. Then you notice that I didn't have my arms out far enough to help me keep the balance, but this time I do. And if you hit the sweet spot on this, you can actually hang out there for quite a while and be stable. Now, the other way, you lean forward. That's right, bring your head down as far as possible. And if you want additional stretch, see, you can see that I move my arms forward just a little. Right, you can feel that stretch thoroughly in your hamstring. And the last one is called a lunge. Now notice, I'm trying to keep the forward leg, the shin parallel, because if you go over, you can impact your knees. And the back leg is as straight as possible. If you keep it very straight, that's where you're going to get your stretch from. And for all these, I hold them for about 15 seconds. So that's it, folks. That's my basic 5 stretching exercises. Now, there are a lot more that I do depending on circumstances, but these are the core ones that I do every day. So, thank you for stopping by for a hot minute. I appreciate it. And I hope I've left some valuable pieces of information that you can absorb and use in your own exercise program. So, until the next time, remember, I still say, when one teaches, two learn.